I will be playing Le Duc of Venice.
I will be playing Antonio.
I'll be playing Nerissa, the clerk, and Salarina.
I am Shylock. I will be playing Bassonia.
I will be playing Graziano and Portia.
I will be the replacement of Bassanio.
I'm going to be the replacement Duke.
What? Is Antonio here?
Ready, so please your grace.
I am sorry for thee. Thou art come to answer a stony adversary, an inhuman wretch, incapable of pity, void and empty from any dram of mercy.
I have heard your grace has taken great pains to qualify his rigorous course, but since he stands obdurate and that no lawful means can carry me out of his enemy's reach, I do oppose my patience to his fury, and am armed to suffer with a quietness of spirit the very tyranny and rage of his.
Go, one, and call the Jew into court.
He is ready at the door. He comes, my lord.
Make room, and let him stand before our face. Shylock, the world thinks, and I think so too, that thou but leadest this fashion of thy malice to the last hour of act, and then 'tis thought thou'lt show thy mercy and remorse more strange than is thy strange apparent cruelty. And where thou now exacts the penalty, which is a pound of this poor merchant's flesh, thou wilt not only lose the forfeiture, but, touched with human gentleness and love, forgive a moiety of the principal, glancing an eye of pity on his losses, that have of late so huddled on his back, and now to press a royal merchant down and pluck commiseration of his state from brassy bosoms and rough hearts of flint, from stubborn Turks and Tartars never trained to offices of tender courtesy. We all expect a gentle answer, Jew.
I have possessed your grace of what I purpose, and by our holy Sabbath have I sworn to undo and forfeit my bond. If you deny it, let the danger light upon your charter and your city's freedom. You ask me why I'd rather choose to have a weight of carrion flesh than to receive 3,000 ducats. I'll not answer that, but say it is my humor. Is it answered? What if my house be troubled with a rat, and I be pleased to give 10,000 ducats to have it banged? What are you, answered yet? Some men there are love, not a gaping pig. Some that are mad if they behold a cat, and others when the bagpipe sings in the nose. Their urine, for affection, master's passion, sways it to the mood of what it likes and loves. Now for your answer, as there is no firm reason to be rendered why he cannot abide a gaping pig, why he, a harmless necessary cat, why he, a woolen bagpipe, but of force must yield to such inevitable shame, as to offend himself being offended, so I can give no reason, nor will I not, more than a lodged hate and a certain loathing, I bear Antonio, that I follow thus, a losing suit against him. Are you answered?
This is no answer, thou unfeeling man, to excuse the current of thy cruelty.
I am not bound to please thee with my answers.
Do all men kill things they do not love?
Hates any man the thing he would not kill?
Every offense is not a hate at first.
What? Whilst thou have a serpent sting thee twice?
I pray you think you question with the Jew. You may as well go stand upon the beach and bid the main-flood bait his usual height. You may as well use question with the wolf, why hath made the youth leap to the land. You may as well forbid the mountain pines to wag their high tops and to make no noise when they are threatened with the gusts of heaven. You may as well do anything most hard as seek to soften that, than which what's harder, his Jewish heart. Therefore I do beseech you, make no more offers, use no farther means, but with all brief and plain conveniency, let me have judgment in the Jew his will.
For thy 3,000 ducats here's 6. If every ducat in 6,000 ducats were in 6 parts, and every part a ducat, I would not draw them. I would have my bond.
How shalt thou hope for mercy, rendering none?
What judgment shall I dread, doing no wrong? You have among you a purchased slave, which like your asses and your dogs and mules, you use an abject in your slavish parts. Because you bought them, shall I say to you, let them be free. Marry them to your heirs. Why sweat they under burdens? Let their beds be made as soft as yours, and let their palates be seasoned with such viands. You will answer, the slaves are ours. So do I answer you, the pound of flesh, which I demand of him, is dearly bought, is mine, and I will have it. If you deny me, fie upon your law. There is no force in the decrees of Venice. I stand for judgment. Answer, shall I have it?
Upon my power, I may dismiss this court, unless Valerio, the learned doctor, whom I have sent for to determine this, come here today.
My lord stays without a messenger with letters from the doctors. You come from Padua.
Bring us the letter. Call the messenger.
Good cheer, Antonio. What man courage yet? The Jew shall have my flesh, blood, bones, and all, ere thou shalt lose from me one drop of blood.
I am a tainted brother of the flock. He is my death. The weakest kind of word drops earliest to the ground. And so let me. You cannot better be employed, Antonio, than to live still and write mine epitaph.
Came you from Padua, from Bellario?
From both, my lord. Valerio greets you, Grace.
Why dost thou whet thy knife so earnestly?
To cut the forfeiture from that banker out there.
Not on thy soul, but on thy soul, harsh Jew, thou makest thy knife keen. But no metal can, no, not the hangman's axe, bear half the keenness of thy sharp envy. Can no prayers pierce thee?
No, none that thou hast wit enough to make.
O be thou damned, inexecrable dog, and for thy life let justice be accused. Thou almost makest me waver in my faith, to hold opinion with Pythagoras that souls of animals infuse themselves into the trunks of men. Thy currish spirit governed a wolf who, hanged for human slaughter, even from the gallows did his fell soul fleet, and whilst thou layest in thy unhallowed dam, infused itself into thee, for thy desires are wolfish, bloody, starved, and ravenous.
Till thou canst rail the seal from of my bond, thou but offend'st thy lungs to speak so loud. Repair thy wit, good youth, or it will fall to cureless ruin. I stand here for law.
This letter from Bellario doth commend a young and learned doctor to our court. Where is he?
He attendeth here, but I should know your answer whether you admit him.
With all my heart, some 3 or 4 of you, go give him courteous conduct to this place. Meantime, the court shall hear Bellario's letter.
Your grace shall understand that after receipt of your letter I am very sick. But in the instance that your messenger came, in loving visitation, was with me a young doctor of Rome. His name is Balthazar. I acquainted him with the cause and controversy between the Jew and Antonio the merchant. We turned over many books together. He is furnished with my opinion, which bettered with his own learning, the greatness whereof I cannot enough commend. Comes with him at my impunity to fill up your grace's request in my stead. I beseech you let his lack of years be no impediment, to let him lack a reverend estimation. For I never knew so young a body with so old a head. I led him to your gracious acceptance, whose trial I shall publish his commendation.
You hear the learned Bellario what he writes. And here I take it as the doctor comes. Give me your hand. Come you from old Bellario?
I did, my lord.
You are welcome to take your place. Are you acquainted with the difference that holds the present question in the court?
I am informed thoroughly of the cause. Which is the merchant here, and which is the Jew?
Antonio and Shylock both stand forth.
Is your name Shylock?
Shylock is my name.
Of a strange nature is the suit you follow, yet in such rule that the Venetian law cannot impugn you as you do proceed. You stand within his danger, do you not?
Aye, so he says.
Do you confess the bond?
I do.
Then the Jew must be merciful.
On what compulsion must I? Tell me that.
The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as a gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above the sceptred sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. And earthly power doth then show likest God's when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this. that in the course of justice none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I have spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea, which, if thy follow, the strict court of Venice must needs give sentence against the merchant there.
My deeds upon my head, I crave the law, the penalty and forfeit of my bond.
Is he not able to discharge the money?
Yes, here I tender it for him in the court, ye twice the sum. If that will not suffice, I will be bound to pay it 10 times over, or in forfeit of my hands, my head, my heart. If this will not suffice, it must appear that malice beareth down truth. And I beseech you, rest once the law to your authority, to do a great right, do a little wrong, and curb this cruel devil of his will.
It must not be. There is no power in Venice can alter a decree, establish it. 'Twill be recorded for a precedent, and many an error by the same example will rush into the state. It cannot be.
A Daniel come to judgment. Yeah, a Daniel. O wise young judge, how I do honor thee.
I pray you let me look upon the bond.
Here 'tis, most reverend doctor, here it is.
Shylock, there's thrice thy money offered thee.
An oath, an oath. I have an oath in heaven. Shall I lay perjury upon my soul? No, not for Venice.